Hi, hello everyone. I'm Toshi from Japan and tourist guide for foreigners.
So, are you planning a trip to Japan? I'll show you the bad periods and the best periods to visit Japan in 2024.
In recent times, Japan has become increasingly popular among foreign travelers, with 2.78 million visitors in February 2024 alone, marking a staggering 107.1% increase compared to February 2019. That's the highest figure of the month since the pandemic began. In addition, the value of the Japanese currency has recently fallen by about 40% compared to pre-pandemic times. The yen's depreciation rate is also the highest in about 30 years. As a result, overseas travel has become very expensive for Japanese, and many Japanese travel destinations have become domestic. As I explained in the previous video, over-tourism is now occurring in Japan. As a Japanese travel guide, if foreigners come all the way to Japan, I would like them to have a good time in Japan. In fact, there are recommended times and times to avoid when you visit Japan. So in this video, I will tell you about the 6 periods that you should avoid coming to Japan and the 3 periods that you should come to Japan based on factors such as congestion, weather, and cost. Also, I think there are some people who can't come at the recommended periods due to your work schedule. So in the last section, I will also give you 6 recommendations to avoid over-tourism. By watching this video, you will be able to enjoy a comfortable and inexpensive trip to Japan. Please watch it until the end.
So, let's get started.
The bad time to travel. Number 1 is late March.
Foreigners may be surprised, but Japan's new fiscal year begins in April. Specifically, school entrance ceremonies, new semester, company entrance ceremonies, and personnel changes occur on April 1st. This will result in many students going on trips during the vacation period before the new semester, and some office workers will move with relocation due to personnel changes, and there will be a lot of people moving around Japan as a whole. Consequently, tourist spots become heavily congested, and transportation and accommodation become scarce and expensive.
So it's advisable to avoid visiting Japan during this period to ensure a more comfortable and cost-effective travel experience.
Number 2 is from end of April to first week of May, Golden Week.
In Japan, there's a long holiday called Golden Week from late April to early May. At this time, many Japanese take vacations at the same time and go on trips. As a result, tourist attractions become very crowded, and hotels and transportation methods will also increase the price. Shinkansen is the most important thing to pay special attention to. As I explained in my previous video, Shinkansen will be charged a special fee, and non-reserved seats will be abolished and all seats will be reserved. If you were in a non-reserved seat vehicle, you could board the Shinkansen as long as you were standing, even if the Shinkansen seats were full. But this will no longer be possible. In other words, you may not be able to take the Shinkansen. This specifically affects those traveling to popular destinations among international tourists like Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, and Fukuoka.
So if you come to Japan during this period, I highly recommend to book the Shinkansen ticket in advance.
Number 3 is from June to early July, rainy season.
It is rainy season in Japan from June to early July. When I visited Southeast Asia, such as Thailand and Vietnam during the rainy season, although there was a lot of sudden rain like squall, it often stopped in a short time. However, Japan is different. It continues to rain all day in Japan. When I lived in America, many people didn't use umbrellas even when it rained. I think this is because the US is a car society, and it often stops raining after waiting for a while. However, in Japan, especially during the rainy season, Japanese people always carry umbrellas with them and use them as soon as it rains. Therefore, I recommend to avoid visiting Japan at this period of year as much as possible. However, there are some beautiful flowers, such as hydrangeas and roses, that can be seen during the rainy season.
So if you are interested in those flowers, I think it would be good to visit at this time of year.
Number 4 is August, too hot and summer vacation.
As I explained in the previous video, Japan suffered record heat waves and heavy rain in 2022 and 2023. In recent years, summer in Japan has been extremely hot, but the humidity in Japan is high, so it feels hotter than the actual temperature, and you get sweaty as soon as you go outside. I've also received a comment from viewers emphasizing how humid summer weather in Japan is. And during this period, you will be affected by the summer vacation of Japanese people. Many Japanese take a day off in mid-August and return to their parents' homes. As I explained in Chapter 2, just like Golden Week, the Shinkansen will be charged a special fee, and non-reserved seats will be abolished, and all seats will be reserved. So, you may not be able to take the Shinkansen.
So I recommend you avoid traveling during this period because of the weather and congestion.
Number 5 is first week of September, Silver Week.
Silver Week refers to a period in Japan, usually in mid to late September, when multiple public holidays align to create an extended holiday period. It's essential to note that the dates vary every year, so it's necessary to check the calendar annually. For instance, in 2024, the holidays align with the weekend, so there's no extended break, but in 2026, there will be. During Silver Week, many Japanese people take extended vacations, sometimes over a week long, by using their paid leave.
So if your visit coincides with Silver Week, it's advisable to avoid this time due to increased crowds and higher prices.
Number 6 is from late December to early January, year-end and New Year holidays.
During year-end and New Year holidays in Japan, there's long vacation and a tradition of returning to one's hometown to celebrate with family. When I was working in the United States, I had only 2 days off on December 31st and January 1st, so foreigners might be surprised. This period sees significant crowds as people engage in activities like visiting shrines for the first shrine visit of the year and shopping for a lucky bag. Consequently, hotels and transportation become more expensive, and the winter weather can be cold.
So it's advisable to visit Japan during this time.
The best time to travel. Number 7 is beginning of April.
As mentioned in Chapter 1, late March sees Japan bustling with activity as the new academic and business year begins. However, shortly after, as Japanese individuals settle into their new routines, traveler numbers decrease, making it an ideal time to visit. However, as explained in Chapter 2, be mindful of the Golden Week holiday starting in late April, when locals embark on extended vacations, impacting crowds and prices.
In order to enjoy a comfortable and inexpensive trip to Japan, don't forget the changes of this period.
Number 8 is from 2 weeks of May to end May, after Golden Week.
As explained in Chapter 2, after the Golden Week holiday ends, Japanese locals return to their regular routines, resulting in fewer travelers. This period, from the second week of May to the end of May, is highly recommended for visiting Japan, with pleasant weather making it an ideal time to explore.
However, it's essential to remember that Japan enters its rainy season from June.
Number 9 is October and November.
After the Silver Week holiday, as explained in Chapter 5, Japanese locals return to their daily routines, resulting in fewer travelers. This period, from October to November, is highly recommended for visiting Japan, with pleasant weather making it an ideal time to explore. Additionally, November offers the stunning autumn foliage, providing a unique and picturesque view of Japan.
However, you need to be careful because popular tourist spots like Kyoto are crowded with tourists at this time.
Ways to avoid the crowd. Number 10 is choose good destinations.
If you find yourself unable to avoid traveling during crowded periods due to work or other commitments, fret not. I'll tell you some handy tips for your trip to Japan during those times. If you're planning to visit during the rainy season mentioned in Chapter 3, I recommend you go to Hokkaido, which is located in North Part in Japan. This is because there is no rainy season in Hokkaido due to its geographical characteristics. Similarly, if you're coming to Japan from late June to early July, I recommend you go to Okinawa, which is located in South Part in Japan. This is because Okinawa's rainy season starts and ends about a month earlier than the mainland in Japan due to its geographical characteristics.
So, if you come to Japan during the middle of May, I recommend you to visit the mainland of Japan instead of Okinawa.
Number 11 is change your visit time.
If you can only come to Japan during the busy period, I recommend that you change the visiting time of the tourist attractions. Firstly, consider engaging in exclusive programs offered at art galleries or museums during the early mornings or evenings. For instance, Tokyo National Museum hosts special nighttime events where visitors can enjoy music alongside the exhibits. Secondly, let's talk about Kyoto, famous for its historical streets and attractions. There's a wealth of information on Google Maps showcasing tourist spots in Kyoto that open before 9 a.m., including temples, shrines, eateries, and various cultural experiences. Moreover, many temples and shrines offer evening special visits, presenting the chance to appreciate their serene beauty illuminated by enchanting lights without the daytime crowds.
I'll put the link to those information in the description area.
Number 12 is cloud monitoring service.
I will introduce you to a convenient service for you to travel more smoothly to crowded tourist spots in Japan. In certain tourist spots in Japan, there are innovative services that forecast demand and detect real-time congestion using cameras, and then relay this information on websites or apps. Locations like Kyoto and Kamakura in Kanagawa Prefecture have implemented these services. For instance, Kyoto operates the Kyoto City Official Travel Guide webpage, which provides this service and is available in English and Chinese. This platform displays icons on the map indicating the crowd levels at various tourist spots. This service even offers live streaming, so you can visually confirm the current situation at specific places.
By utilizing these tools, you can cleverly avoid congested times and locations, ensuring a comfortable and enjoyable experience in Kyoto.
Number 13 is avoid public transportation.
As I explained in my previous video, Japan's rush hours are legendary for their packed trains and buses. But lately, due to over-tourism in places like Kyoto, public transport gets packed even during off-peak hours. That's right, it's crowded almost all the time. So, here's a suggestion. Why not opt for cycling or renting a scooter to explore instead? It's not only a fantastic way to see the sights, but it also gives you a bit of exercise, and hey, it's eco-friendly too. Renting bikes or scooters has become quite popular. And when I was in Kyoto recently, I noticed many tourists opting for this convenient and enjoyable way to get around. By choosing alternative means of getting around, you can sidestep the hassle of overcrowded transportation.
And you can enjoy a more leisurely, flexible, and eco-conscious travel experience at your own pace.
Number 14 is exploring hands-free.
It's crucial to avoid lugging around large suitcases during your sightseeing adventures. They're not only inconvenient, but can also contribute to congestion on public transport upon arrival at the airport. There are services available that allow you to send your luggage directly to your hotel. This means you can head straight into the city without the need to first stop at your accommodation. This not only makes your trip more comfortable, but also saves you time. Moreover, various tourist spots, including train stations and specific service sites like Kyoto Station, offer luggage storage services. In Kyoto, for example, there's a dedicated reception site at Kyoto Station where you can safely store your belongings. Furthermore, locker services are widely available throughout Japan's tourist areas. These facilities provide a secure place to store your luggage while you explore the city comfortably.
By utilizing these services, you can tour Kyoto or any other destinations in Japan without the hassle of carrying heavy baggage, ensuring a more enjoyable and stress-free experience.
Number 15 is Explorer Countryside.
As explained in the previous video, in October 2023, the Japanese government announced an effort to address the challenges of over-tourism and encourage tourists to explore local areas. Specifically, the Japanese government has designated 11 pilot areas for the purpose of guiding tourists to rural areas. Consequently, regional destinations now have improved tourism, making it easier for visitors to explore. Even in my rural hometown, there are noticeable changes like multilingual order panels in local ramen shops, reflecting the government's support for regional tourism. In addition, flights connecting various local cities in Japan have begun to operate. For example, flights from Bangkok, Thailand to Hokkaido, Seoul, South Korea to Saga Prefecture, and Taipei, Taiwan to Kumamoto Prefecture are operated. This effort will make exploring Japan more accessible and enjoyable beyond Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto. So, why not consider venturing into these less traveled destinations for a unique experience?
How was the bad period and the best period to visit Japan in 2024?
Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like button. See you in my next video. Bye!